The sun was high, baking the cracked earth of Sad Hill Cemetery. Hundreds of weather-worn gravestones stretched in every direction, forming a perfect eerie circle. The wind was dry, and the silence was heavy, broken only by the slow, steady footsteps of Blondie, the man with no name. Dear listeners, before we move forward, please subscribe my channel to hit 1,000 figure. He walked into the open center of the graveyard, squinting under the brim of his dusty hat. His poncho fluttered with the breeze. On one side stood Tuco, the wild-eyed outlaw, breathing hard, watching him. On the other, Angel Eyes, cold, calculated, ready to kill. 3 men. 1 buried fortune, and only 1 loaded gun. Blondie stopped. His boots crunched the dirt. He didn't speak. He didn't need to. He just stared, that sharp, silent look that said everything. The tension in the air could snap steel. Hands hovered near holsters, eyes twitched. No one trusted anyone, and everyone knew. The next few seconds could be their last. No one moved. Blondie stood still as a statue, his eyes shifting between Tuco and Angel Eyes. The 3 of them had spent days chasing a name, Arch Stanton, and now they were here, face to face in a place meant for the dead. The circle was wide, giving them just enough space to breathe or to draw. Tuco's hand twitched near his revolver. He was nervous. Sweat ran down his temple. He didn't know which of the other 2 he could trust, maybe neither. Angel Eyes, on the other hand, was calm. Dead calm. His mouth curled into a slight smirk, fingers ready, eyes locked on Blondie. Blondie just chewed the inside of his cheek, calculating. The silence became unbearable. Birds stopped singing. The wind slowed, as if nature itself was holding its breath. Then, Ennio Morricone's haunting score would have started playing if this were a movie. In reality, it was even worse. No music, just tension, just the moment, just death waiting to pick someone. 3 men, 3 guns, only 1 shot that would matter. Time collapsed into seconds that felt like hours. Blondie's fingers didn't flinch. His eyes didn't blink. Tuco's breath caught in his throat. Angel Eyes took half a step forward. It was all the movement Blondie needed. 1 shot, just 1. Angel Eyes staggered, eyes wide in surprise. The bullet hit clean, center mass. He dropped to the ground like a sack of stone, dust rising around his body. His gun never made it out of the holster. Tuco froze, staring at the body, then at Blondie, trying to process what just happened. He hadn't even seen the draw. That's how fast Blondie was. Then Tuco looked down, his own gun still holstered. He yanked it out in panic. Nothing. He tried again. Click. Empty. His face twisted in betrayal, rage, disbelief. "You son of a—" Blondie cut him off with a calm voice, one he used like a weapon. "You see, in this world, there's 2 kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns and those who dig." He tossed a shovel at Tuco's feet. The shovel hit the ground with a dull thud. Tuco stared at it, then up at Blondie, his face a storm of anger and helplessness. Blondie didn't blink. He nodded toward the gravestones. "Start digging?" Tuco hesitated. He glanced toward Angel Eye's body, still lying motionless in the dust. No chance he was getting up. Tuco cursed under his breath and grabbed the shovel. He walked a few paces toward the grave marked Arch Stanton, the same name they had all chased across deserts and gunfights, following rumors, risking their lives. Tuco jabbed the shovel into the dirt and started digging. Each scoop felt heavier than the last. Sweat poured down his face. Blondie watched from a distance, his hand resting lazily on his revolver. Tuco finally hit something solid, a wooden coffin. He dropped the shovel and pulled the lid open, fast, desperate. Inside, a skeleton dressed in rotting clothes, but more importantly, a sack, heavy, full of gold coins. Tuco laughed at half mad with relief. "We found it! We actually found it!" But Blondie didn't laugh. He stepped closer, slowly. "That's not all." Tuco's smile faded. Tuco's laughter died in his throat as Blondie stepped forward, calm and in control. "There's more," Blondie said, "but not in that grave." Tuco's eyes widened. "What are you talking about? This is Arch Stanton's." "Yeah," Blondie interrupted, "but the gold isn't buried with Arch Stanton." Tuco stood frozen, confused, frustrated. He looked down at the coffin, then back at Blondie. Blondie smiled faintly, the kind of smile that says, "I've already won. Only I know the name on the real grave. The gold is buried under it." Tuco stepped forward, tense. "You better tell me, Blondie." Blondie pulled out a piece of paper and scribbled something on it. He folded it slowly and handed it over. "Here, the name of the real grave." Tuco snatched it, but before he could open it, Blondie was already backing away, keeping his gun in hand. He walked over to a nearby tree, tied a noose to a low-hanging branch, and motioned Tuco toward it. "Drop the sack. Stand on the grave. Put your head in the noose." Tuco blinked. "What? You want the gold, right? Trust me." Tuco, grumbling, cursing, did as told. He climbed onto the shaky cross marking the grave, the noose tight around his neck, paper still clenched in his hand. Blondie took the gold. Started walking away. Tuco screamed after him, furious, betrayed, panicking as the cross under him wobbled. Then Blondie turned, raised his rifle. Boom! He shot the rope in one clean shot. Tuco fell to the ground, gasping, alive. By the time he looked up, Blondie was already a speck on the horizon. Just like that, the man with no name vanished, leaving behind a graveyard, a fortune, and a friend who didn't know if he'd just been saved or schooled.